As we reach the halfway point of Season 2, it may come as a surprise that Crimson Lady does not sit atop the overall standings. However, things may change as we head to the Camber Canyon Raceway. Hello everybody, I'm Brendan. A course more focused on long straights, advantageous for marbles with high speeds. Crimson Lady certainly has her chance to make the comeback here. Many more fans dot the stands today. They grow every time. More pavilions dotting in the middle of the track as well, as fans flock to buy merchandise for their favorite marbles. Rampage, of which is the most popular right now, with 75 championship points sitting atop the standings. El Sol and Crimson Lady not far behind. It is time for the qualifiers, and Luminous MC will get started as we head in reverse order of the current championships standings. As you can see, the course has two full sectors, the first of which ends at the highway, and the second begins where the first ends. Taking the inside line of that Muller corner right there. Good move for Luminous, but he gets outside on the last three. That's 4 Muller corners on the course, the record for Muller corners in a course so far. And Luminous will come through with a 26.31, but that is provisional pole. The one good thing about being the first one to roll out for time trials is that no matter what you do, you will hold provisional pole for at least one marble. Trixie not following suit with Luminous, taking the outside line of that first Muller corner, but crossing a little bit slower, but with a faster first sector time. You can see how much the Muller corner can make a difference. Faster in Sector 1, but came up way short in Sector 2 with the wrong Muller corner path. Does make a time difference upwards of a second, especially on this long Muller corner that's over 180 degrees. Ooh, Tigger right there. Bad Sector 1 time, and not doing very well in Sector 2. He will definitely have P3 with 28 seconds. This course being a little bit shorter than race 2, but still longer than races 1 and 3, who averaged about 17 and 20 seconds per lap, respectively. Two-tone. Fourth marble to roll out. Beginning of Blue Marble Gang. And he's sitting low in the standings, but he does cross with a nice time right there. Gets P2 and gets right under 27 seconds. And that might be the number to beat to stay in good standing, get into that top 10 for qualifying. Predator, first veteran to roll out on the course today. 12.65 on the Sector 1 time, fastest so far. He does get the inside line of that first Muller corner. He does hit the outside line of the last 3, just like Luminous, but he will get P1. 26.05 on the time, just a little bit faster than Luminous, maybe attributed to the experience of the veteran. And we have another veteran rolling out as well. Sector 1 does not look as good for Duchess, who takes the Muller corner not very well either. Outside line, and rams up against the wall, slowing down for a half a second. And she will cross, not nearly as good, 26.83. Still under 27, but that is no P1 for sure. Polyonics. And Polyonics has an odd record to his name, being the only marble to finish Season 1 in the same place as he qualified for Season 2, both in 14th overall. Sector 1 time not so good, 13.21. And he'll roll around. He get that middle line there on Sector 2 in the last Muller corner, but that's going to do him no good. He's still going to have last place provisionally. Quicksilver, not looking to outdo Polyonics in that respect, as he smashes the first sector time with a 12.59. He will get the outside line here and slows down amongst the curve there. He'll grab the outside line on the final 90, bounce off the wall, and have a terrible Sector 2 time. Ooh, he really did himself in right there. But he will finish just ahead of Polyonics with 28.05. Goat, who has one win to his name from Season 1. And not so good in Season 2. Did finish with 14 points in race 2, but that's the best he's able to pull, and he'll grab third place right here in the qualifying. Accidental Genius, definitely a better racer from Season 1 as well. And his Sector 1 time, not better, 13.01. It's definitely been a rough first sector for him. And he takes the outside line of every single Muller corner, and he'll cross with P7. You can't do much better than that if you're approaching those Muller corners so unintelligently. And Muller corners really are all about agility for sure. Sometimes speed is key, but it doesn't matter how fast you're going. If you're hitting the outside line of the Muller corners, especially with 4 like this, Marbulus unfortunately doing the same, then you are you're not going to finish well. He does get the middle line there, so he misses the bump off that final curve, and that helps a little bit. 26.56, and Marbulus is actually third overall. Sinatra looking good through the first sector. Sector 1 full of bank turns, slight banks on the slight curves too, not even close to a full 90 degrees, and Sinatra has a full new record on Sector 1 time. He does bounce off the end there, but he will grab provisional pole with a Sector 2 time almost under his Sector 1 time. Something we haven't seen really much of today either. What about Zero? Zero, remember, winning the overall qualifiers, but since then, struggled a little bit. Been all right in the overall standings, 12 and 16 points in the first 2 races, and continued with 11 in race 3. He will pick up P2 right there, but he hasn't been able to grab the spotlight yet. Blizzard. And Blizzard, qualifying has been his Achilles heel for sure. Not good times over the last few races, and not good times this time either. 13.43, and as you can see by the red numbers, that is the worst sector time put up so far today here at Camber Canyon. And he'll cross with the worst record for Sector 2 as well. And Blizzard, maybe he's stiff from all the cold. That is not a good qualifying time. Usually marbles who pick up last place will set the worst records in one sector and maybe not the other, but this time Blizzard went for the jugular and put up 2 records he would not enjoy to have. Wild Canuck taking the inside line of that third Muller corner, something we have not seen yet today. It's not going to do him too much good, though. He does get under 27. That's now 9 marbles, under 27 seconds on the lap. But in that case, it puts him right into 9th place. And Octane. Octane barely qualified for Season 2, but then put up a win in Race 1. Since then, it's been a rough road for him. Not terrible finishes, but nothing to write home about either. And with a P7 finish, things are up in the air for him going into today's race. Octane certainly a marble people are wondering about. Some of the fans buying merch for him for sure on the first race, and then been disappointed of late. Less Octane shirts in the crowd today. And more Victoria's Secret shirts. She's been picking it up of late. P13 to take there, and that's not too great, but people have faith in her ability to work her way through the pack. Her agility out on the course is some of the best from the rookies so far. And if she can turn that into raw speed, she's going to be all good today. 12.72 on first sector for Serpent Smart. whose racing never seems to be as smart as his name, outside line of the Muller corner. All 4 turns, bounces off the inside of that final chicane, and does not end that badly. 25.18. Somehow outside line of every Muller corner, but still managed to have quite a fast time. Only the 3rd marble to hit it under 26 time, and by a lot too. By a full 800ths of a second. Crimson Lady starting out even better, 12.41, a new record in Sector 1. And so fast through Sector 2, but still just shy of Sinatra. Actually tied with 0. And this is where being a veteran has its advantages. Crimson Lady tying with 0 has seniority. And we'll start in 2nd place, 0 in 3rd. Well, unless El Sol outdoes both of them. Right now, it's definitely not looking that way, as El Sol has the new record for slowest Sector 1 time. Blizzard can feel a little bit better, at least, about Sector 1, and El Sol finishing pretty low. Rampage, and you'd expect good from him. Well, he's the overall leader in Season 2. His Sector 1 time, not terrible. And not great. He does get the in. Ooh, he slides right out of the inside line, and I think that we saw some of that in race 3 as well. Started in the right line there and kind of slipped right out of it. Bounces off the chicane and finishes P20. And Blizzard got a feeling better right now. The new record for P20, Sector 2 worst time, put up there by Rampage. Sinatra, Crimson Lady, Zero, Serpent Smart, and Predator, your top 5 going into today's race. Blizzard, Rampage, Polyonyx, El Sol, not looking very good for them, but maybe they can pull it back here at the end. The marbles are in the gates. They are rolling, and it's Crimson Lady diving out into the lead already. Sinatra dropping back to 3rd, now 4th, and it's a pack of marbles heading through the first curves as we head to Sector 2 for the first time. Serpent Smart coming out of the pack as well. 0 nudges into him from behind, and he can't get around any of the other marbles, and Sinatra looks ahead for a second. Many more marbles pass, and it is a blur of passing through the first lap. And we'll start to see some separation here into lap 2, and Crimson Lady is at the head of that charge as she quickly dives into P1. Smart Racing right there knows that early separation is the key to being a top racer in this one. Very good in the Muller corners, taking those inside lines when possible, and she's already back to lap 3. No marbles on the screen besides her. Behind her, 0 finally cresting into the camera lens, as well as Luminous, who, remember, is the overall last place in the championship standings. Predator into 3rd as well. Luminous now to 2nd, and really running up on Crimson Lady. He's gaining fast. He gets the inside line for a second and slips out of it. Predator not able to catch up and has some trouble with Polyonyx, who really could use a good race now to reinstate his dominance as a racer, since race 1 of Season 1, really not much to show for from Polyonyx. Victoria's Secret, Serpent Smart, 0, Sinatra, Marbulus, and Rampage also round out our top 10 currently, but so many passing is happening, it's hard to really keep track. You see Predator get in front of Luminous right there, and Luminous quickly passing right back as they head into lap 5. Right now, it's only Crimson Lady able to have any semblance of stability, as she just stays way out in front of the pack. Predator, challenge from Serpent Smart right behind, but ooh, he's able to cut off Polyonyx right there, as well as Rampage. Ooh, but Polyonyx is able to roll right through, missing the chicane there at the end of the lap. And now Polyonyx is the one to challenge Crimson Lady. Not for long though, Rampage finally rearing his head. Top racer for sure. We see him in the top 5 almost every race now, and he gets the inside line in the Muller corner, and he's around Polyonyx. What a move right there. That is some smart racing. Saw the open space and found it, as well as Luminous MC taking advantage of Polyonyx's distraction as he sees Rampage roll right by, and he'll not have that for long. Polyonyx back into third place. Rampage around the outside line of the Muller corner and now trying to challenge Crimson Lady. They are close within a track length. Here's the finish line, and we head to lap 8. We're about halfway through, and Crimson Lady is aware of the pressure put on behind her. Rampage slowly gaining. He's going to go in for another bite, and he cannot get there. Crimson Lady trying to pull away again. She dives to the inside line of the highway and has space, but not for long. Rampage trying to dive back. There's a collision, but it's not a good one, and Crimson Lady's back to a few track lengths ahead. Polyonics also now finally gaining again on Rampage. We see El Sol down there out of the top 10. He has gained a few spots since he started in about last place in provisional standings. Rampage, though, finally finding space and diving past Crimson Lady on the outside line, as well as Polyonics. Now Crimson Lady is in trouble as she's down to third just like that. Not for long, though. She dives past Polyonics on the inside line of that Muller corner and now takes the charge back towards Rampage. We have another marble out there just in front of Rampage. I think it's an overlapping situation, and I can't really tell which marble that is. Looks like Goat or Accidental Genius. Oh, it's not Goat. Goat is in 6th. Crimson Lady does take that opportunity to pass Rampage through all the confusion of the overlapping, and you know Crimson Lady isn't slowing down just because this marble is not in the lead. She will overlap as quickly as she can. Also, a smart move puts you ahead of the overlapping marble who can cause drama out there on the course. We saw that with Accidental Genius back a couple races ago. He lost the win because of the last place marble. Right now, Rampage and Polyonics still the two to challenge Crimson Lady. Polyonics with work cut out for him just to get past Rampage. Victoria's Secret, Predator, Goat, El Sol, Luminous, and Sinatra and Zero dot the top 10. What a move by El Sol to finally make his way up into the top 10 after starting so low. Accidental Genius does get lapped. Another marble on the horizon to get lapped. It looks like it could be Trixie. And Crimson Lady, can he make moves? She looks towards the outside line, cannot get around, and the 15th place marble, or the 20th place marble, sorry, getting the laps confused with the placements, doing all she can to stay just ahead of Crimson Lady. Rampage, Polyonics, Goat, Victoria's Secret, not much change in the top 5. El Sol dropping a little bit in the top 10. And it's eyes on Crimson Lady. Maybe she can set a record for most marbles overlapped in one race. 14 of 16 in the laps. And Crimson Lady looking for her first win of the season. Can she get it? She's won 2 qualifying time trials, but not a race yet. This would be the time for her to make moves. Rampage, though, not really wanting that to happen. He's trying to catch up. Ooh, very slow through that Muller corner, and he has a snail's pace coming out of that second turn. Victoria's Secret rams right into Goat, but cannot get around and actually loses out some speed. And Polyonics, who's back to 5th, does make the pass and get up to 4th. It is Crimson Lady in lap 15, trying to make another pass, overlap another marble, but she's lost a lot of speed. Rampage pushes on the right side, and he's right up on her. And Crimson Lady does make another pass. Trixie getting overlapped, and she's already been overlapped in a different race this season. That can't feel good, but Rampage finds the open space right at the end and wins. What an unbelievable finish. Rampage with some intelligent move at the end right there. Crimson Lady maybe fell a little back on her heels, went to the outside line of that final Muller corner, and Rampage found the middle line, which has the advantage of missing, bumping off the left side of that chicane, had a little bit more speed, and made an amazing comeback right at the end. People will be watching that replay for years. And the other marbles will cross, Accidental Genius being in last in this race, overlapped, as well as Trixie. And the marbles atop the standings. Crimson Lady has to be frustrated about that one, sitting in 2nd, with Rampage in 1st in this one, and Goat in 3rd. You can see the points haul. Crimson Lady +3 for the most laps led, so still coming away with the most points from this race, just not the gold medal. Sinatra with pole also gets his +3, and he has 17 up in this one. And the overall championship standings, Crimson Lady Still coming up on Rampage, not far behind, finally into the overall second place, as El Sol did not do too well in today's race, but Rampage breaking triple digits, first ones to do so, and we might have a new racer to look out for sure. It's been 2 races, Rampage has won, and he is finding no fear in racing against Crimson Lady. El Sol, Victoria's Secret, Serpent Smart, Goat, Zero, Sinatra, Octane, Blizzard, Wild Canuck, Polyonics, Marbulus, Quicksilver, the Naxvinal Genius, and Predator, and Duchess, and Two-Tone, Luminous MC moving up from the bottom last place to just 2 above. Tigger and Trixie round out your full standings. And eyes will be on Rampage and more so on Crimson Lady. How will she respond to this? 2 more races to go. Still a lot of time for Crimson Lady to take back over the first place standings. The question is she going to have the intelligence to take a step back, look at how Rampage is racing, and use her veteran experience to find ways around his style? That will be all for today. Please subscribe to the channel as we bring more races, and we'll see you next week for Race 5.